I don't think it's fair, and you don't have to stare in my direction. And life will continue on, and sad loves will be forgotten only if you try. Times will follow us down, one after the others, until all we have are memories, until all we have are memories. But at least we won't be forgotten. Travel down a dusty road, seeing more with every day. That all I need are these guitar strings, and all I need, that all I need are these guitar strings. Who made you and me? Technology is perfect and it's free. Oh, oh, love is perfect as it is. Children perfect as they are. Nature perfect as it is. You are perfect as you are. Perfect as they are. Birds have flown for much longer than we. Won't you agree? Water perfect as it is. The earth is perfect as it is. Oh, 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 oh. Hey, yeah. Wanna know how to learn? Just ask a child. Ask a woman. Wanna learn how to swim? You know how fishes get down. How to feed each other? Just ask the ground. Know how to nurture life? You gotta follow the river. Wanna know how to fly? Just ask a bird in the sky. Feet are perfect as they are. Eyes have seen for millions of years. Oh, lungs are perfect as they are. So perfect, so perfect, so perfect. is perfect as it is, filtered by the clouds above. Technology, who made you and me? Technology is perfect and it's free. Hey, technology, we carry memories. Technology, the universe agrees. Universe agrees. Well, the universe agrees. Oh, universe agrees. The universe agrees. Oh, 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 yeah. Oh, 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 yeah.
As it should be, you see, lad, every moment of pleasure in life has been purchased by equal moment of pain.
I've opened up my life, opened up yours. Take a chance, we'll be here together. I see you for who you are. I've opened up my life, open up yours. Take a chance, we'll be here together forever.
It costs that much 'cause it takes me fucking hours. It costs that much 'cause I don't have superpowers. So you need to pay for my skills 'cause exposure doesn't pay the bills. It costs that much 'cause it takes me fucking hours. You need to pay for my skills 'cause exposure doesn't pay the bills. It costs that much 'cause it takes me fucking hours.
We have a great show for you this evening, apparently.
Oh no.
Doc! Oh no! Jesus!
I am. I'm great. There we go. Could I do that again? Cut. Action.
Hold it down.
Oh my god. I'm trying
hold
so
it.
hard.
Hold.
Wait, I got mine. Wait. Sir, this is a Wendy's. You really are stoned, aren't you? I'm like still trying to figure out if you are or not. I've been seriously trying to figure out for so long.
Shhhh.
Greetings and salutations from planet Brooklyn. Can you guys hear me okay? Everything cool? I can bump it up a little bit. Probably not. I guess we're okay. I got the little pointy thing again. I tell you, man, when this hair grows out, it does some wild shit. I cut my own hair because I'm cheap. And that ain't gonna change. Anyway, so let's get our sponsors out of the way while I'm still hopped up on caffeine. We got Big Ernie's Chicken Shack. Big Ernie's out there on the highway. Go see them. They will also, with a 2-piece, you get a free fake ID and an alibi that you were in Albuquerque last weekend. And Bud Spanky's Oral Sex Parlor, really, they're just sucking dicks over there, folks. There's really no joke there. They just go over there if you want to, peck or wash or whatever, clit lick, whatever floats your boat. Chickens, you said? Dear Lord and Master El Pollo Rico, he says, like, share, and subscribe if you're new to this joint. We appreciate you if you would do that kind of thing, Glavin. Ladies and gentlemen, you've seen her on QVC. You've also seen her at the grocery store having a freak out on a squash that may or may not be in the frozen section. Ladies and gentlemen, the Righteous Reverend Horton Heat, right here. She's in the middle of nowhere in an undisclosed location. Jimmy, hold up a newspaper as proof of life.
I don't have a newspaper.
It's because you're millennial and you don't care and you're ironic. Anyway.
Right? Who the fuck owns newspapers?
It's because you got all that equipment and you're all fancy and shit. You knew this was coming. Shit. Come on, y'all. Jimmy.
I'll take it.
Jimmy, it's been so long since I've seen you. Huh? What? Me?
Yeah.
All right. I'm a little hepped up on caffeine, though. You know what's stupid? It only took me like 30 years, but I finally figured out that I wasn't putting enough coffee in the coffee. So when I make coffee, I wasn't using enough coffee grounds, So
you were having that weak coffee.
Yeah, it was weak. I was like, okay. And then one day I accidentally put like an extra 1 or 2 things in there. Holy shit balls. It was like bodega coffee. I literally heard, oh, like coffee angels were singing. And they were smoking cigarettes.
Welcome to the dark side. Welcome to the dark side. It's taken you a while. I've been drinking like AA coffee for like 15 years.
So good. So strong.
Yeah.
Kicks you in the balls. And if you don't have balls when you drink it, you'll grow some temporarily, and then you get kicked in them, and then they go away if you whatever.
That's right.
That's weird coffee. Yeah, I probably wouldn't recommend that.
We call it AA coffee because those motherfuckers make the strongest coffee you've ever seen.
Yeah. I've been to an NA meeting with some
same coffee. Yeah.
They always every time I got there was always out of donuts and stuff. I was like, but I still got that.
They're
coffee.
like, well, I can't have my addiction. I might as well drink a fucking butt ton of coffee. So
That's
it's like
right.
super strong, and they go through like 10 cups in 1 hour session.
Ain't nobody gonna cure that coffee addiction. I will be untreatable. I will definitely, and if there's a mandate against coffee, oh hell no. That's the thing. We need to fool the people into thinking that they're going to outlaw coffee and cigarettes, so that way people will hit the streets, right? You just got to fool people, right?
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
I'm fooling you and you don't like it.
But this kind of fooling you'll like, because it gets you out in the street and to do shit, right? Even though, you're supposed to be out there. Anyway, we should say hi to other folks. We got a lot of folks here. Oh, Oz is in the chat too on the YouTube's Rick. Rick is guarding it over there too. It's good to see you. Great show tonight. They got dinged on YouTube. Over Glenn Greenwald and Matt Taibbi video. They played it and they said it went against the guidelines or some shit. So they got dinged. I was like, stupid.
So stupid.
So stupid. Yeah, they were airing somebody else's shit. And they get dinged for copyright. They got dinged. Unbelievable. Sorry about that, Oz. I hope you guys come back soon. But they were on Rockfin and Rumble tonight. So that's why. Cover your ass, CYA. If one goes down, you got others to lean on. We got Ghost Stars holding it down over on Rumble. Good to see you. Saying, hey all to you too. And we got Jim and Copeland over on Rockfin. Good to see you fellers. The music Uncle Warren plays for Jimmy is Minuet from String Quartet by Luigi Boccherini. Fancy. That is fancy, Jim. That's fancy. You know that shit. Here, you get some fucking fancy shit too, Jim. Look at fancy Jim on Rockfin. Ooh! Etouffee, you want some escargot? That's snails, y'all. No, I'm just fucking.
Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club, Jim. Only Jim's allowed to the elite club, so Jim.
You got some
Jim. That's it.
You got some ruffians.
We might let a few Jameses in every once in a while.
You got your ruffians and ne'er-do-wells on your Twitch over there. Who you got over there?
I do. I got a couple of spam people wanting me to help with their creator code, which I don't even know what that means. So hello, spam. Thanks for the follow, though, even though I'm not going to do anything. California Fools is on there. So what's up, California Fools? And we got Shake and Bacon in the fucking chat. I am so fucking stoked. We haven't heard from Shake and Bacon in so long. He just comes out of nowhere, and now he's gaming on Twitch. So I'm excited to see him back in action. So it's
I think he's the Canadian Batman. That's why he's out for periods of time because he's on missions, right? Like somebody.
It's just so weird how last week we were talking and you said, "I wonder what happened to Shake and Bacon," and then literally 2 days later he shows up on my comment section in my Twitch. Yeah, it's so cool.
Well, shit, I should have said, well, whatever happened to titties and money?
Right? I know. Where's the money comment? You should have said more money.
I know. I think
you just gave us Shake and Bacon like a drunken unicorn. Thanks. You had one last week and you just couldn't get enough of it.
I think I stole that from Dogma. So the titties and money thing. No, it was Jay and Silent Bob. One of the Jay and Silent Bob movies. Yeah. He said that was.
And then we also got Ed in there too. Bacon for president. We don't want to forget Ed. Ed's got a new show coming up on his channel. I guess Chicago Corner is going to be taking a break until Jerry gets a new computer. So Ed is going to be doing his own channel, and I vote for pizza making. Okay, that's my opinion.
He does have the website too, realdeepdish.com. You can go to. And check
He
him
should
out
get
there
like
too.
super political with his pizza. Like the toppings can be like the battle between Palestine and Israel, and like you make it shaped like that. That would be so cool with like pepperonis and peppers and shit. That'd be so cool.
Yeah, it's apocalypse.
See, my vote's for pizza making.
I told him he should do a pizza show, but
I know.
and maybe he will.
Getting
now.
hungry thinking about it.
We got everybody on YouTube right now. We got Gamer and Peace Dove. Kate. Oh, Kate. Kate's in an open relationship. She said that in chat the other day, so that's not doxing. She said it. Good to see you, babe. Choosy's here. Good to see you. Who else we got here? Rick guarding the gates of hell. The concierge there. Wait a minute. We haven't done this in a while. You know, we haven't had a proper actual like secret show. It's always been like little specials and then we were off and all that stuff. So yeah, so let's see Rick. He's very spooky.
Love it.
Skip, what's up, Skip? Good to see you. We had some Phat Patsy music earlier, so we must have summoned you. Skip.
That's right.
California Fools is over here too. The crossover episode. So his name of it. Okay, so we need to put this up. Where's my thing? He's still planning. He's not entirely set. He says, I don't plan to make pizza on Corner Piece. Corner Piece is the spin-off. It's a spin-off, Jimmy. So you get it? Corner Piece.
Oh,
and
Chicago
Corner
Corner,
Piece,
so it's a corner piece. Got it.
Corner Piece.
But it's a quarter
pizza
piece
too.
like a pizza.
That's content from my pizza channel.
Love it.
Yeah. So anyway, Ed's got a lot of ideas for in his big old brain of his. We have the one and only Willie Bragg in the house. Can't do pepperoni. Neither Jews nor Muslims can eat pork. But you can eat turkey pepperoni.
That's right. So
Probably better too. I don't know.
Yep.
It doesn't taste as heavy, but then again, the heaviness is where you get the flavor. That threat of a heart attack is what gives it its deliciousness.
The grease.
The grease. Yes, the grease and the fear of living
Heart attacks. Yeah.
Yeah, the fear of you croaking. Salties is here. What are you smoking, Jimmy? Salties. Digital Dive wants to know.
Ooh, just the same stuff I've been smoking. I don't even know what it's called. It's like numbers and shit.
Yeah, it's like going to China and getting Chinese food. They just call it food.
Yeah. I mean, it's good indica. I'll give you that much. But it was like on its. We got like hooked up with a little bit when it was on its way to the dispensary.
We got Max Sarjay is here. Hello, Max. Good to see you. Like I said, Oz in the house. Good show earlier this evening. Oz all decked. They had like the tie on and stuff. Oz is always looking good on the show, man. I get on here, I'm just like.
That's right. Hey, I'm in my robe, so.
Yeah, but you're in the. You're wearing the Long Island cocktail dress right there. So I got the 80s pop collar.
See, I got my cougar robe on, and then I got my allergic to humans shirt.
Right on.
Mm-hmm. It says allergic to humans because fuck humans.
I tell you, when I see guys like my age with the pop collar like this, like they'll have it down like this, but in the back it's popped up because that's just
right.
the international sign of douchebaggery. Always has been, even back in the 80s. None of us weirdos did the pop collar thing. VS Adams is here. Yo, Caters. Oh, she's saying hi to Kate. Who else is in the building? I think that might be it for right now. I know D popped her head in earlier from around the world. D and friends. Mastermind, of course. Good to see you. Sorry, buddy, about your kitty. So sorry. You know, those pets are
20
like
years,
babies.
though. That's a
20 years of
decent time
love.
for a cat.
Yeah, you know, and that cat got 20 years of love, too. Gave 20 years of love and got 20 years of love. So you can't beat that.
That's right.
I shouted out Ed, right? Ed's here. We were talking about Ed, about his show. So, Cowboy Kitty. Kitty, good to see you.
The kitty.
The kitty, what, get it. I don't know what, I'm not in the hype jams. You know, I'm just not that kind of person. I used to be, but you know, now I'm just not hype anymore. I'm more into hip jams, like hip replacement.
Hip jams. Okay.
Kind of stuff. Oh, V. Olafsdottir. I totally butchered your last name, so that's why we call you V. Good to see you, V. And Snorky. Took a nap to stay up for Wednesday's show. My mistake. It was the night before. I know. Everybody gets confused. Don't worry, you'll get used to it. That's why we record these things. You can always go back and see it. And it's on Wednesday. You're supposed to be sleeping anyway. That's just fate telling you just, you know, get some rest. You don't need to watch this bullshit. Anthony is here. Hello, Anthony. Did I get anybody else? Everybody else? Ooh, we got 29 people watching over here. We appreciate y'all watching. Hopefully you had an awesome Rocktober. Sad to see it go. Rocktober always goes by way too quick. Oh, you know who's not here? Oh my goodness. The McGill 5000. Oh, Game.Film's here. Good to see you, buddy.
Mr. H is here.
Really?
I saw him in here.
Where is he?
Came in. Go scroll to the bottom and then go up a little bit. He came in a little bit late.
Oh, there he is. Little sneaky Pete. There he is. Gray Walker joined third party. Hello. I'm not Wiccan. I was a shaman.
Saying some interesting things. Yeah, I'm not Wiccan. I was a shaman. That's pretty cool.
All right.
Who is this person? I'm interested.
Well, we knighted them. They're blue. So I don't know. It's one of our peoples. They're all right for now. Jimmy, I like I said, I'm sad to see Rocktober go, because now it's November.
No November though. Yay.
Who doesn't? What is no nut? You're not supposed to masturbate or something?
Can't get off. Yeah, you can edge if you want, but you can't get off.
You can what? Edge?
You can edge.
What is? I'm sorry. What is edging? What is this?
Edging. Yeah, it's where you get yourself right up to the point and then you stop.
Oh, blue balls. Yeah, I know what
Pretty
that is.
much. They call it edging.
Why? What? There's supposed to be pleasure in that? No, there's no pleasure in blue balls. That sucks. That's like, yeah.
I don't know.
You know what that's like? It's like waiting in line for 2 hours at Disney. You finally get on the ride, and the ride's like 10 seconds. You're like, what the fuck? Anyway.
If you're going to growl, go somewhere else. Go.
Ed pulled a Kramer. He said, I'm out, Jerry. Slammed his money on the counter. Yeah. Well, if this is No Nut November, I didn't fuck that shit up like right after midnight. So right after the show was over for Wicked Wednesday. It was Wicked Wednesday in more ways than one. I'll tell you that. It was pretty fucking wicked.
See, my new bestie Greywalker knows. He says it's like a tantra. You go to the edge and stay there, and can lead to a higher consciousness.
Look, if I want that, I just go walk in traffic around here. I get plenty of that. That's easy. I don't need to torture myself at home. That's where the pleasure is. The torture's outside. Why should I torture myself?
I'm here for it. No Nut Vote November. If you guys need any motivation for No Nut November, I'm here with the ugliest, most disgusting pictures you could ever imagine.
We need to have Jack Off January where it's just like every day is
No.
and you're like, well, what about the ladies? Well, you can go.
No, we don't celebrate that stupid stuff.
And
We
it
know
sounds
better.
like Morse code.
Have you ever even seen a clit? Do you know what to do with one? Because that's ridiculous.
Usually, no, I usually never see one. It's usually in
Yeah.
places that eyes are not.
Can't find.
Are
Yeah,
not
guys
there,
have a
so.
problem finding it. It's a normal thing. You're not alone.
Well, I was just gonna say, usually when it's in your mouth, you can't see it. So it's, unless you can see through your lips. Where's that thing? Lady parts, the thing, apology. All right. Yeah.
So
Wait,
pretty as
Rick
an
says women have
apology in
flick off
here.
February. Flick off
Nikki,
February.
what's up, Nikki? Good to see you. Nikki's in my chat. She's so awesome.
Hello, Nikki. Good to see you. I was thinking the same thing, Jimmy. Like, what the fuck is he doing?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all must have some, like, teeny tiny ass clits. I know some big girls. Like, we're talking softball bats. Ba-da-da-da-da-da.
All right. Hey, that's whatever you like. That's totally cool.
Look, big clits, little clits, any little clits will do. Look, we got shit to watch. Time for your judgment.
You're starting to get embarrassed. She's a
No.
huge gal.
No, it's fine. No, like I said, I don't see clits. I just devour them. So, and then that's it. It's like food. I'm not looking at the food. I just eat it. So I don't really give a shit what it looks like. As long as it goes in there, does what it needs to do. All right. So.
And Nikki, you don't even want to know, girl. I'm telling you.
Sure, she does. Rewind, Nikki.
Nope.
Then go 1.5 to catch up. Okay, you know the drill.
Nope.
Jimmy
Nope.
Jam. I sound like what's his name doing the George Clooney impression. Jimmy Jam, Jimmy Jam.
Oh my god,
we
the
got this
Jimmy Jam thing. You know how many people call me that, and I fucking hate it so much.
Really?
Jimmy Jam? Yeah, it's the worst.
Pity party table for one. You know what this is? You know what this is?
That looks like Attack on Titans or an
Yeah,
anime of some kind.
There's a lot of stuff going on this weekend. This is the final episode, a still from the final episode of Attack on Titan. I think 10 years. I don't know how many seasons because they do some weird shit with that. Pretty cool stuff. I've seen like
I love it.
I've watched all the way up to the last season, and then it's like all over the place. It's like on Crackle, or then I guess it's been on Crackle this whole time, I guess.
Mhm.
And then you get
But it's
this
such
thing-
a great, seriously scary concept, especially if you have a fear of being eaten by something gigantic.
Yeah.
Oh man, like because
These
that's
are
a
all-
legit fear too. Or
For anybody that-
sometimes too, it's a kink as well. So it's so cool.
For nobody, people are not familiar. This is the Attack on Titan, and basically, it's just humanity lives in walled cities, and these giant humanoid things come out of nowhere and attack them and eat them. It's kind of like, and I don't want to give anything away on it, but there's a lot of similarities to the humans and the Cylons and the way their relationship was, and then how they ended up like being the creator ended up being the one being overtaken by the machines, but in this case they created the Titans, so it's pretty wild.
So scary.
Have you seen the whole thing, the whole the last season?
No.
Too?
No.
Ed said
I'm
that
still
was
trying to
too
finish the
freaky for him.
movie.
Yeah, and there's like a few of them. There's like some sort of knockoff thing.
Oh.
But then it was like a live action thing they did, and that was pretty freaky too. Fluff for February. That's what Jim said on the
Yeah, the live action movie. That's what I'm trying to finish because that shit's terrifying. Oh god.
It is.
So scary.
I don't know what that phobia is called, but it's that fear of giant like creatures and things like the double whammy of being in the ocean, like with that blue whale, right? It's just like double.
Ugh.
Woo!
Nope,
Even though blue
I'm good.
whales are harmless, more or less, it's still it's huge.
Totally good. Yeah.
And it could like, oopsie sauce, I'm just swimming along and I run into you in the water and, you know.
Yeah. That's a whole other fear that I can't handle. I can't. That's probably number one right there. Something giant in the ocean next to me. I'm done. Just kill me. Just kill me. Because I don't even want to live after that with the trauma. So I'm good.
Jimmy, we need some good news, right? We need
Okay.
you know, people are kind of despairing.
Look at
Yeah.
I've got a second wild kitty that is my friend now.
That is awesome, Queen of Segway. Here we have some video from Washington D.C. This is,
yeah, I saw this today. This shit is so fucking cool.
Yeah, this is this video is from my buddy Franco from Frank Analysis. And that's not just here. I mean, it was not just DC. It was like all over the country and all over the world too. We'll let this run and we can just talk about this as it's going on here. So this is Washington DC, and where are they? I think this is outside. Is that outside the Capitol? I'm not quite sure where that is, but that's pretty cool, though. I mean, I think they had like 100,000 people turn out.
Good.
In
Fucking good.
I think the audio might be a little loud, but so I think the powers that be kind of underestimated the empathy of people, right? I think they thought maybe they had quashed it to the point where people were going to be cool with, you know,
Whatever.
little kids. And then they found out that no, people are not like cool with that at all.
Right.
So it's nice. It's nice when you have people get out here and do stuff like this. Like I said, this was in DC, but there was like, I think here in New York, and they had people protesting. I know they had some. I know Germany and London, hundreds of like couple 100,000 people. Maybe I think they said it was like 500,000. I could be wrong about that. In London,
Good.
there's a shit ton of people out. So,
Good.
but yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Nice to see.
Hell yeah. Yep.
But you know, that's the little bit of good news for you, Jimmy, to kind of brighten you up a little bit.
Yeah. Hopefully
And,
something good could come out of it. Because I saw them storming the gates of the White House. They were like shaking all the gates, and I guess like a window at a McDonald's got broken and stuff. So, you know.
Uh-oh.
I hope something, you know, like at least Biden will see the anger of these people. This is insane.
I think what's his name? Keaton on Due Distance. I think they said it. He said it best. He said he's just Biden is just a hollow shell, right?
Right.
He's just filled with donors and with people controlling him and special interests and that sort of thing. I mean, he looks like he's done checked out a long time ago, and they're just like giving him little injections of lucidity for time so he can do like TV shit. And then after that, it's like, time for Wapner. You know, it's time for my stories. Okay, come on, Joe, let's get you in here. Get your robe on. So yeah, Biden is too busy sucking Netanyahu's cock. Yeah, that too.
Real.
I know.
Like he always has, and he always fucking will. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
It's gotta figure out a way to end this. It's just have to. I am so tired of seeing more death than I ever have in my entire life. And I'm a person that used to like be really morbid about this stuff. Like I used to be all over Reddit and live leaks and stuff back in the day. I was one of those people. This is bad. Like this is a lot. And it's just everywhere. It's insane how much death I've seen. I can't
Yeah.
anymore.
And we're in the age where it's like you can't hide it anymore.
Yeah.
It's like the way they have surveillance on us, we have surveillance on them too. We have surveillance. Everybody's surveilling everybody else. And that in and of itself is pretty fucking scary, right? But at times it's good because you do catch the atrocities and you have a record of it. But now they're going to start saying with the advent of, what is that, reface and stuff like that, and AI reproducing voices, they're going to get to the point where they're going to say even video evidence is going to not be admissible for any kind of proof of anything because they'll say it could be easily doctored. They could use, it's almost like UFO pictures. It's like they have to get these experts in to look at them to see if they were doctored or not, that sort of thing, to see if they're like legit and if, what it is, that sort of thing. That's what they're going to be doing with videos. It's terrible, but it's systematic. It's systematic. And the surface level things like trying to vote in people and stuff like that is not going to cut it. I talked to Roger Meadows. We're in a group chat together with some other like New York folks, and Roger's always talking about like state ballot initiatives. How if you got to get the power of the people. If you want to change laws or create laws that the people actually want, the people are actually going to have to do it through these state ballot initiatives. It's the only way, because the representatives aren't representing shit. They're representing donors and whoever's pulling their fucking puppet strings, but they sure as fuck ain't representing no constituents, right? So, I don't know.
That's the hard part too, though, is the battle of getting those kind of bills into the General Assembly, and even getting them to the floor is so hard. So it's always going to be an uphill battle for people like us. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing...
I don't know what to say because the burnout is so real. Well,
I mean, the only real weapon that we have is consistency, right? It's like water on a mountain, right? It's like you can destroy a mountain with consistent drops of water. It may take time, but it'll erode the mountain eventually. And that's what you have to do. You just have to keep eroding at the propaganda. When your friends and your family, people, the normies, as we say, who are outside of the space, when they're trying, when you actually get into, these are the people you avoid like political and religious conversations with. Some of them, you're just like, okay, I don't want to, these, we'll talk about sports, we'll talk about arts or whatever, but we just don't touch these subjects because it never works out that way. Right. But now we got to have these uncomfortable conversations with folks and say, look, we need all hands on deck, and we need people to be informed. Right. And that's what we're trying to do in this space. We do entertaining, but we also do some informing, and this show is a little bit more cathartic for us, so we can just kind of like vent and talk about shit, and then we can have some silly stuff to, take the edge off, and that's what we need, right?
Yep. That's all we can do.
We got more stuff to watch here, Jimmy.
I have to say really quick too, again, and I'm probably gonna repeat this every week. I am so fucking proud of these kids on fucking TikTok with what they're doing. They are not allowing any propaganda to get by anymore. They are starting to see through a lot of stuff, and the Congo is starting to get brought up into the picture now because of what is happening there. So I feel like this was just, if this might be a starting point for a lot of these kids to realize that colonization and genocide is still, and slavery is still happening to this day all around the world. Just because we don't see it doesn't mean it's not happening. I'm really glad that these kids are starting to see it, show it publicly on TikTok for the hundreds of thousands of other kids and other people to see. So, there's still a little hope. So I'm happy about that. I just had to say that really quick because that's all I can think of is that.
I mean, look at the turnouts around the world for these protests, to support Palestine. It's truly amazing, I mean, that crowd in Washington D.C. alone was wow. I didn't think they would have that many people there for that, and they surpassed what I thought was going to happen. So, but that's the thing. We have to keep chipping away. It's good to have stuff like this. It's good to have protests. I mean, it's not good why we're having the protests. We want Palestine to be free. We want them to be out from under the thumb of Israel. These people have been oppressed for 75 years and been tortured, kidnapped, murdered.
Mm-hmm.
They just need something else, and it's like you said, the youth, the TikTok youth are starting to step up, and they're using the communications, right? It's all about using the tools and using them well, and when you can use your social media like that to get messages out and get people organized and stuff too, that's some good shit. It makes me feel good too. You know what else makes me feel good, Jimmy?
Ooh, Segway King. What?
Chickens. Remember?
No.
See, we haven't been showing the chickens lately because we didn't want to shame them with their ugly new digs. But they seem content. I mean, they're just chilling. You got that one dude on the bottom there. He probably got ostracized. They said, "No, fucker, you gotta stay down here." Or he's a lone wolf. Lone wolf. That's a holdover from Rocktober. We ain't never getting rid of that motherfucker.
That's right.
So yeah, so that's the chickens. Chicken City. That little meter on the side there is when you contribute. When it gets to 100, apparently they feed them. So these chickens are at the mercy of your tips. My God, what kind of racket is this? Why do I even show these people? Sorry, Jimmy. I'm sorry you had to see that.
You're good.
I know sometimes, but not that good. Jimmy, 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 do you like Star Wars?
Yes. Old Star Wars.
Not new Star Wars?
For the new, I'm too old for some of the new stuff, but I like it. I haven't seen it. I just like some of the characters.
Do you like the middle Star Wars, the ones that came out in '99 and the early 2000s?
Oh yeah, no. Like the 6 movies, I'm told, or the first 6 movies, I'm totally cool with. After that, I'm just kind of like.
Okay, well, Solid JJ did they got a Star Wars thing here. I want to show it to you.
Okay.
Is that all right? So this is
this is good. This is old ones.
Yeah, Solid JJ on YouTube. Check him out. Let's watch.
Alex Hinton, help me!
He must face trial. It's the Jedi way. He's too dangerous to be left alive. This must be done.
I need him.
Why? Why do you need him?
It's a long story, okay?
It's about Padme, right?
You flew here on a fucking spaceship and didn't think we had security cameras?
Look, I've just been having these dreams, all right? She dies, and the senator says he has a way to save her.
And you believed him?
He said it was some Sith magic. Eternal life.
That's not real. He's bullshitting you, Skywalker.
What? No, what? This guy's nuts.
Anakin, if he truly knew whatever it was about eternal life, then why stop me? I mean, I couldn't kill him if I tried, right?
He's right.
Of course, I can do my magic thing. I just don't feel like.
Really?
Yep.
You don't feel like what? Living?
Dude, I'm chilling. All right, yeah, you
You just let me kill you.
doggy dog world, man.
What's a dog?
Anakin, my boy.
What's a dog?
Remember what we spoke about? They don't believe in your potential like I do.
What is he talking about?
That's right. I deserve the rank of master, and you know it. I deserve the respect
You're
that
the chosen one, motherfucker! How much more respect can you ask for? You need to sit between a muppet and a conehead for that?
Just like this.
I just don't know who to side with.
Breathe, Skywalker. Feel it in your heart. You
He's
know.
evil! He's fucking evil!
Maybe in my eyes, it is the Jedi who are
He
evil.
shot fucking lightning out of his hands! With a fucking Skeletor laugh!
I don't even know what he's talking about.
He's doing it right now!
I'm not doing nothing. Might be safe to his off.
Anakin, seriously, either side with me, the foundation upon which your entire life has been built upon, or side with the long-lost member of the California Raisins. What's it gonna be? Who am I kidding? You can see the punchline a mile away.
Anakin, you have chosen wisely. Now we must go.
Was what he said true?
Was what true?
About the California raisins? Like, did you actually know them?
Sir, we have enough healthy tissue to fully reconstruct his body.
Oh my God.
Alternatively, we can place him into a life support suit. Although then his body shall remain as it is.
Who's the raisin now? Seriously, who's this bit for? Does anyone even remember those things? Pretty fucking niche way to end it, but alright.
Oh, way to make me feel old.
This video is
He
brought to you
didn't
by
kill
Gamers
himself.
Hut, and they've got a new flavor out this weekend. It's fucking.
Okay, all right.
Was that
That's
the
enough of
California raisins with Epstein didn't kill himself?
I know, right?
I love the California raisins.
The
They're one of
California
my
raisins
favorite
that Epstein did?
nostalgic movie characters. Were they had movies. I remember them having movies.
Was there? Well, at least there was one I know. No, was there a TV show? Didn't they do a
show? I
TV
just
show?
remember my grandma watching them all the time and was obsessed. So I watched them and I liked them. It was that cool claymation stuff.
Yeah, right. I know, and I
That was the same
heard
time
it
like
through the
Michael
big
Jackson came
fan.
out with that claymation movie too.
Which one was that? It was what was a
Where he
video?
took like a bunch. No, it was a movie, but it had like some of his songs in the movie. It was about him and a bunch of kids trying to
Oh.
escape bad guys. Bad guys? I know.
Oh,
I know.
well, the kids were trying to escape bad guys. Was that like a the
Yeah.
lesser of two evils situation for the kids?
Man, I know. I watched it again as a grown up. I'm like, oh, okay. As a kid, I loved it, but yeah.
Yeah, it tends to get a little weird.
Moonwalker, yeah, Moonwalker. Ooh,
Moonwalker. That's
I
right.
used to love that movie. God, I loved that movie.
You're under his spell now, Jimmy.
Just leave me alone, girl.
There is.
Oh God.
There's Death to Tyrant, so Rockfin said Jimmy's got her Grand Poobah coat on. Grand Poobah.
That's right.
Jimmy, every time
My
you wear that
cougar.
now, every time you wear that, I'm gonna start calling you the Grand Poobah.
I don't know what that is.
The Grand Poobah, okay. So on Happy Days, I think Richie's dad was a Shriner. He was a member of some lodge, right? And the Grand Poobah, I guess, is the leader of the lodge or something like that. And they had like a fez, like what do they call them, a fez, the little
Mm-hmm.
little fez hats.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. V.S. Adams says, thank you, Jimmy and War. Well, thank you, V.S. Adams. You're very sweet.
Thank you. You're
Moon
welcome. I don't know what
splitter.
for, but yeah.
Timbuktu says, remember Barbarella with Jane Fonda. I don't know. I remember the mentions of Barbarella. That might be a little bit too old for us there, Timbuktu. That's with Jane Fonda back when she was like, smoking hot. And she's still smoking hot too. She's like 80. What's up with these 80-year-old ladies still looking good? That's a little weird. I mean, it's nice. Don't get me wrong. Some of it's surgery, some of it's not. Some of these ladies take care of themselves, been taking care of themselves naturally for all those years. It's like,
Oh, okay. P Stuff says Grand Poobah from the Flintstones. So is that the Fred Flintstone's boss, the CEO of the rock company? Because he does have that like leopard.
Oh, that's right.
print
Yeah.
thing on.
What's his name? At the quarry.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. That's the reference. I could have sworn that was also Happy Days too. I could be wrong.
I'll take that. Well, the CEO. Jesus.
It could be
Love it.
both.
What?
What happened here? Oh, this can go away. I'm sitting here just doing shit, and I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
What are you talking about?
I don't know what I'm talking about. Jimmy, I don't want October to end. I still want. I want every day to be Halloween.
Me too.
I never get sick of it. You know what I'm saying? But I got to show you this, Jimmy. So I was going to show you this this past weekend, and I forgot to do it because I got high. But so they have this in the park over by me, but they do this in Tompkins Square Park in the East Village, right? Is every Halloween, around Halloween, they have the puppers in the park dressed up in costumes and stuff like that. It's really sweet. It's super cute.
You showed me this last year too.
Yeah, and every year. It's like tradition. That's why I felt bad I didn't show it to you last week. So I can show you this because it's new puppers. It's new puppers,
Yay,
Jimmy.
new puppies.
So this Tompkins Square Park, Pix 11 News, the news for some people in New York City. Let's watch.
Halloween is right around the corner, and that means it's the perfect time to get dressed up in costumes. And New York's canines are showing their humans how it's done. From the cute to the scary, tons of fun and spooky outfits along Avenue B.
I've been wanting to dress up as Lydia for a while, but he had to be the main character today, so he's dressed up as Beetlejuice. He's struggling with the wind, but here we are.
More than 500 dogs taking part in the parade, which culminates with a competition for best costumes at Tompkins Square Park. The annual celebration is a favorite for dog-loving New Yorkers.
I think it's so fun watching all the dogs come out and have just like a good time, and I hope it never ends.
The annual event has been around for more than 3 decades, but it almost didn't happen this year because of the construction happening near the park and organizers struggling to get permits. But after public pressure and some help from a dog food company called Get Joy, the show went on.
When joy is threatened in the lives of dogs and dog parents, we want to raise our hand and help.
Unlike in previous years, this time the dogs were not confined to just the inside of the park. The pups got to strut their stuff on the street, giving the judges a chance to see the costumes in action.
They can't be too restrictive. We want them to have a good time just like their parents.
While some dog owners bought their pets' costumes, others customized and even made them from scratch.
Taylor Swift is so popular. I'm a Swiftie, and I want to, like, my Dodo, his name is Dodo, to have something like a concert. Like, it's his own concert.
That dog is praying for
Labor of
death.
love, they say, is well worth it.
It's so nice to see the amount of love that's true with our pets, but it also brings together the community, so it's amazing to see.
We like worship animals and dogs here, and like this just proves it, how like all out everybody goes. And yeah, I feel like New York's like the most dog friendly city.
The judges had a very tough decision to make, but in the end they all agree that everyone that took part in this event walks away a winner.
Oh,
my
Puppers!
goodness, that is great.
I know, right?
That's
And
great.
they do it right down the street here at the park at the end of the block. I couldn't do it. I had to work this year, so I was going to get some video of it, but it's good to know that they did it over at Tompkins too. So I've been to that one before, and it's really nice. It's fun, and the pups just come right up to you, and everybody's really chill. You know, you could pet them and stuff, and you know. It's nice, you know. It's really cool, and everybody's having. And the kids love it. The little kids come out there and they see these dogs dressed up like hot dogs and clowns and shit. And they're like, "Ah, what's this shit, man? This is crazy." Yeah, so
that's awesome.
Okay, Jim on Rockfin says Howard Cunningham, that's Richie's dad, a character on the TV series Happy Days, was a Grand Poobah of the Leopard Lodge, number 462 in Milwaukee. Thank you, Jim. I remember that. I forgot the Leopard Lodge, though. Hey, Brandy. Good to see you. Brandy is joining us this evening. Yeah. So, that part of the Halloween stuff, that's the kind of stuff I like around here. Is the dog stuff, and then they have the Halloween parade in the West Village, in Greenwich Village. And that's fun too, because anybody, if you're dressed up, you just get in it and walk, you know, and it's just like so fun. It really is. You get in it, you're like, yeah, what's up? It's kind of like the mermaid parade they have during the spring, right before the late spring, right before summer starts, and they have it on the beach down there. It's the street that goes along the beach there at Coney Island. It's really fun too, and everybody's like dressed up like mermaids and fish, or like some sort of sea theme, you know, and then they have a ball at the end of the night. It's really nice. It's really
very
nice. Cool. Yeah, you like that? Would you dress up like a mermaid for something like that?
I would dress up like a crab.
A crab?
Mm-hmm.
What about a I don't know.
Or a sea star like Patrick.
Yeah, what is it? A starfish?
A sea star. Yeah.
Is that a sea star?
Yeah.
Is that what you call them?
Yeah.
Sea stars? Is that
Sorry,
a
it's
thing?
what my kids. I've called them my kids forever.
Sea stars? I like those fish. Those called what do they call them? Sea animals?
Yeah.
Sea people, sea dudes.
Yeah. I know I saw sea stars. My kid saw sea stars when she was really little, or starfish, sorry. And I told her, look, those are sea stars, and then up above are sky stars. So
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds good. That sounds very sweet.
It's a thing.
It is
I
a
still
thing.
call pine cones coconuts because of that kid.
Oh yeah, because of the look at the coconuts. I used to
She
think
thought they were
like
coconuts when she was little.
I used to think they were like, I always thought they were like some sort of cool, like something you could eat. I accidentally bit into one time. That was
Bad juju. Yeah.
not a good idea for sure. You know what else is not a good idea, Jimmy?
Yep. What?
King of Segway
Yep.
is getting drunk and driving a scissor lift down the road again. I'm gonna get that scissor lift and a cold Budweiser. Let's watch.
White male, black coveralls, ball cap, white t-shirt.
Sir, pull that lift to the side of the road. Stop now. 443.
What the heck are you doing out here?
43 is Charlie.
I'm working a job site right there, man.
45.
Right down there. What are you doing down there? What are you doing in this thing?
I just came to get some lunch and sodas and whatnot for the guys.
What's your name?
Steve.
Steve?
I can't have you driving up and down the street in this Skyjack. You're sitting on beer.
That's perhaps.
You're sitting on beers.
What about that beer there I saw you drinking coming out of the driveway?
Oh man, I'm just finishing that one was from earlier.
I'm just finishing it up, Your Honor.
Steve, I can't have you driving down the road in a Skyjack
Steve.
drinking beer. Why don't you come on down and talk to me here for a minute? Let's figure this out.
Man, I gotta
Come
get
on,
back
Steve.
to work.
No, just come on down. We'll get this figured out, and we'll get you back to work.
No.
Steve, come on down.
Steve ain't having it.
Come
Whoa,
on.
there goes Steve.
How about that?
I tell you what, Steve, we can do this the easy way, or we can do it the hard way.
Come on up.
The hard way, on the way to jail, we're gonna stop by the hospital.
Oh, maybe I'll come down. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll come down.
097.
Maybe I won't.
Steve?
97.
Come.
Steve.
Come on down. Just come on down. Let's work this out. Get you back to work.
Oh man, why don't you just go on your way and I'll go on my way?
I'm giving you one more chance, Steve. Come on down the easy way.
I know my right.
All right. You want to play the hard way?
Right.
Your salary,
You want to play the way?
I pay your salary. I pay your salary. How you like that?
You pay your
Or
salary.
are we going to bring you down, Steve?
Man, why don't you do your dangest?
Oh, this is so funny.
751.
What are you doing, man? I know my right.
Put that cigarette down.
247.
Put your cigarette down.
Female subject walking eastbound from a vehicle. KHP doesn't have anybody right now.
Want me to come in or you want to come over here?
Hey, whatever you got. Come on, man. I didn't. God dang it, dude.
That's when shit got real. All right. And that's when it was not funny. It was funny up until that point. Then I was like, oh, dude's fucked.
Right.
Ooh. I'm sorry. That made me cry. I was so emotional. Ooh. Facts don't care about your feelings. Yeah, that could be that's right. That could be the original inspiration for Joe Dirt. Ooh.
Possibly.
That's so much fun. I finally got my glasses. See, that's the thing. You can't laugh too much when you glasses. Otherwise, then you can't see. And then you get the snotties. I get the snotties, too. You ever do that? You laugh so hard you can't breathe. You're like, and then you blow. You got to get, like, you know, like half a roll of toilet paper, some Kleenex. It's like, fuck, man, that was funny, but...
Yep.
Oh, Adam Helm over on Rumble said that was fake.
I
Maybe
figured
it is.
it was. It looked like it was.
It does look kind of fake. But I tell you what, though. I heard some... It sounded like... That was either Midwestern or some Southern accents. I'm not quite sure.
Right.
But shit like that... It's funny because probably shit like that has happened in a similar fashion before. Like somebody... I knew a guy, he took his chainsaw and cut the top off of his car because he wanted a convertible. I said, dude, that's not how convertibles work. See, I told him, I said, look, when you cut the top off, now you can't put the top back on because you used a chainsaw first. What? And then I'm like, how are you gonna put it back on there? I see, this is not a convertible. This is a conflicted upable. That's what you made. You made a conflicted upable. But so he said, fuck it, I'm going to drive it around. And he'd be driving around. It'd be raining. His shit be getting wet. He'd be wearing like a raincoat or have like an umbrella, some bullshit. Some fucking special ass shit going on there. You know what I mean? But, you know, it's the same kind of people who would take a scissor lift out there and, you know, on a drunken stupor. Anyway, but that was fun. You know what today is, Jimmy? Well, it is now. Well, no, not in your part of the woods. November 5th. Remember the 5th of November?
That's right.
Did you ever see that movie, V for Vendetta?
V for Vendetta, yeah.
Yeah. Adam on Rumble says, I've actually drove a scissor lift down the road before, but I didn't have beer. Oh, that's where you fucked up, man. You should have had some beer. Mermaid Parade. Yo, you need the link to the Mermaid Parade? I'll get you that here in just a second.
Hey.
Actually, There's a guy on YouTube called Dutch Maz, Dutchmazz. I'm going to put his name in the chat for everybody, Dutchmazz. Please go to his channel and follow it. He does all kinds of live streams, just touring the city. He's a very nice, very personable guy. And he has videos of the Mermaid Parade, and he does it upright. So check it out, and you can check out the Mermaid Parade on there. Fun stuff, and he does a really good time. He's mostly based out of Coney Island, so he does like a lot of Coney Island stuff down there. It's really fun, especially in the summertime when shit's going on. Rick says, I see a lot of tractors going down my road all day, every day. Yeah, well, in the South, that's what happens. You got a lot of agriculture, you have a lot of tractors and shit like that, and probably some fuckers have to move some scissor lifts, you know, and they don't want to put it in the back of a truck, so they're just gonna see if they can sneak it down the road, you know, and
Yep.
That's how a lot of people in the South do. It's more of like they don't get what is it? They get forgiveness, not permission. So
Oh yeah. Ask for forgiveness, not permission.
yeah, so they just go ahead and do shit because you know, then they'll just say sorry later because they know they can get away with it. And riding lawnmowers for that's kind of a Florida thing there, because I actually had that fake Florida Man movie trailer I did, and one of those guys riding the lawnmower down he got a ticket for driving drunk on a riding lawnmower. Florida, the state that says you're welcome if you like crazy shit. So anyway, so today here, and in the Central Time Zone at least, it is November 5th. That means on this day in 1605, I believe, his name is Guy Fawkes, or Guy Fawkes. He tried to blow up Parliament. Not the band, like the British thing. No, not P-Funk. Ain't nobody blowing up P-Funk, because you know what? P-Funk already done blowed up. You know what I'm saying? We want the funk, but we gotta have that funk. Oh, we want the funk, but so here's a little ditty about Jack and Diane. No, I'm just kidding. This is from History Pod, 5th of November, 1605. Just a little brief synopsis of what today is about.
Hello and welcome to History Pod. On the 5th of November 1605, the gunpowder plot was foiled when Guy, or Guido Fawkes, was discovered guarding 36 barrels of gunpowder that had been placed in an undercroft beneath the House of Lords in London. The gunpowder plot was conceived at a time of significant religious tension in the British Isles. Less than a century had passed since Henry VIII broke from Rome, and Catholics continued to be persecuted after James VI of Scotland was crowned James I of England. A group of 13 Catholics, led by Robert Catesby, conspired to blow up the House of Lords during the state opening of England's Parliament, when James would be inside the building. Having killed the king, they planned to then initiate a revolt that would bring James's young daughter Elizabeth to the throne as a puppet queen. However, the plot was revealed in an anonymous letter, and a search of the undercroft beneath the Palace of Westminster was conducted late in the evening of the 4th of November. The failure of the plot, and subsequent convictions and executions of the conspirators, has since been commemorated in Britain on what is known as Guy Fawkes Night, or Bonfire Night. The event traditionally involves effigies of Guy Fawkes being burned on a bonfire amidst large fireworks displays. Guy Fawkes, along with the other surviving conspirators, was found guilty of high treason and sentenced to execution by being hung, drawn and quartered. But what is less widely known is that he managed to leap from the gallows and break his own neck. Fawkes was therefore already dead, by the time the executioner began to carry out the more gruesome parts of his sentence.
Right? And the big thing was, remember, the 5th of November. And I always forget. Because I always think, you know, what do I remember? Oh, yeah. Remember to get a 5th at the liquor store. That's right. Guy fucks. How you say it, fox or fucks?
Fox.
Fox?
Or foe.
Guy foe. It could be.
I like it.
Guy foe.
Thank
hey,
you,
Kiwi
Gamer.
Corner.
And Miguel. Or Rick and Rick. They all said, bless you.
Bless you. Did you sneeze?
Or damn you. I like it. Yeah.
Did you do one of those lady sneezes that only dogs in chat can hear?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I didn't hear a sneeze. You did one.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a dog whistle to the audience. Don't worry about it. It's not for you.
If you turn my chat against me, I know these people. they kind of like us. They like you. They're indifferent
Well,
to
then
me.
come
and
to
we'll
the
keep
dark
it in.
side already. You keep out there clouting for the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
What's dark side? I gotta wear leopard prints and have like, you know, evil vines behind me. Ooh.
That's right.
That's
right.
a creepy
dark
pasta
side.
that's gonna keep me up all night. The
Strengthen
hell?
your coffee a bit.
Hey, look, I ain't scared of fancy, all right? You could just don't worry about that. I'm not gonna play your music. No, you want it. You want
Okay, I was
fancy.
waiting for it.
You was waiting for it.
It's like
but no.
PTSD. I thought I heard
I
it for a
know. I don't play it because you want me to. That's why I don't play it, Jimmy. If you want
I
me
don't
to
want
play it,
your
I don't play it.
PTSD.
If you don't want me
I
to
don't
play it,
want
I play it all day long. I would do that.
You.
You know what I would play?
Ring, 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 ring. Banana phone.
Rick!
Oh.
Jimmy. I do not believe this, what I found on the interwebs. I am shocked and amazed that this... You ever think about something that you think is so obscure, think that it's just like something only you would think about, that you don't think anybody else would think about? No, it could be good or bad. It doesn't matter what it is. It's just like something like...
Yes.
See, okay. So, when you picture... like when you're thinking about a date, right? Like say you're thinking back, you're thinking about what happened in March, right? Or you're thinking about something that you need to do in December, right? When you're thinking about the months in your head, do you see them as linear? Like you're going left to right, like January's your left and December's your right? Or do you go January's up here and you go to December to the bottom, like in your mind? Is that a thing for you?
I see it in a square sideways U shape. So
Wait,
like
what?
For me, June and July is like the halfway point. So it would be like left to right, and then it would go up and then right to left from July to December.
So our friend here on the interwebs, Jordan the Stallion, he actually posted a video about this. So and I thought this was hilarious. So let's take a look at this and see what he has to say about this. Action.
January, February, March, April, May, June. Like I see it from top to bottom. Okay, so that is interesting. I didn't know that there are different ways that people envisioned the months out of the year, right? For example, there's some people who envision their months vertically, going up to down. So for example, right, January, February, March, April, May, June, just going in a straight line. Then there's people who envision their days of the month, right, in a line, going from left to right or right to left. Then there's some other people who envision their days of the month marginally. So they'll see it as like sections like this. I always saw my months in an S shape. So I always saw it like this, if that makes sense, right? So I would always see my months like January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September in an S. Come here. Now that I know that, this answers a lot of questions for me as to why people were so confused when I would write out the days of the year.
January.
Pretty interesting, huh?
What, an S shape?
You know what? That maybe that has something to do with like the psychology of somebody, right? Like how you think about time in a calendar sense. Like with me, I think left to right. I think January's over here and December's over here, and it's all in a straight line, left to right. It's weird, but that's the way I've always pictured it. But I never really thought about it as a thing that other people actually thought about. So
right, yeah, that's so crazy. I never thought about that because I look at mine like the U shape, so I just figured that I never even thought about it. That's wild.
His is the U, but he adds another U, but going the other way to make it an S.
Yeah, I think he's getting his by seasons, so he's doing his in like threes or whatever in seasons. I'm doing mine. I got mine like that, like the halfway point to go up in June and July and then go back over, because I learned like I had to learn the 31 and 30 days in each month with my hand, with their knuckles. And so in June and July, or no, July, January, February, March, April, May, June, July. So July, September. Okay, so maybe I am fucking doing it wrong and I just figure that's the halfway point. I don't know. I thought it was that, but I guess it's not. I don't know. It is the halfway point though, 12, 6, and 6. So
we always did 30 days, half September, April, June, and November. All the rest have 31, and then
it's too much. When you just have your knuckles here, you can do it like that.
Well, we had that too, but we were,
I just do
we were
1,
actually
2,
capable
3, 4.
of
You won't get punched out.
We were actually capable of ingesting large amounts of knowledge at one time instead of little 30-second bites like younger people.
Well, us out here in California, we're out here fighting for our lives.
See, we have what you call patience.
Yeah.
See, it's like we're willing to wait for it because we know we can get all of the information instead of listening to just 30 seconds and freaking out on it. Like a lot of people
we're all like different ages of Veruca salt. We want it and we want it now.
I can't have Veruca salt because of my high blood pressure. So I'm sorry.
Aww.
I'm fooling you and you don't like it.
Suckers. So that I thought that was pretty funny. I enjoyed that a good amount. I like little cerebral thought experiments like that. Not experiments, but just examples of just thinking outside of.
It's cool to see how people's brains work and how different everyone's brain works.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, definitely.
Like if you do 7 plus blank or 7, what is it? 6 plus 4 equals 10, like, or 6 plus 12 equals 10 or something like that. I don't remember, but there was like a math problem and people were just doing it in different ways. Like, what was it? It was like 7. I'll just do like 7 plus something equals 15. What is it? 7. Yeah, because that's how I do it. So like 7 plus 8 equals 15. That's how normal people do it. But then there's other people that do it in a way is like 7 to 10 is 3 plus 5, and then that makes it 8. So like it's just different ways how people do math too. It's way cool.
Oh, in that what is that math called that people hate? It's because it's fucked up of doing it.
No, not Common Core, not Common Core.
Oh yeah, Common
It's just
Core.
how people's brains work. If I see 7 plus 8 equals or 7 plus 8 equals 15, in my head to get to that, I would say 7 plus 3 is 10, and then 5, so 5 plus 3 equals 8, so that's blank 8 spot, that's how I would get to it, like to 15.
Or you could
It's
just say
it's a weird way of doing math in your head, but it's still the same. I mean,
or you could just say 7 plus 8 equals 15. That's the thing.
yeah, but if you're trying to like, it's I don't know. It's so weird.
You
How
mean,
I
like
do
for
it in my
little
head,
kids or somebody that's trying to learn. I'll tell you, I had a hard time learning algebra when I first started, and I love math. I really love math, and it was tough. I didn't get it, and then I finally got it, and then I was like, okay, and I felt good about it. But yeah, like,
See,
but
Gray
my
Walker
dad
does it. My new bestie.
my dad could do that shit in his head. He could like figure like he could do like mad big numbers in his head, and he didn't need it. I mean, he had a calculator, but sometimes he could just do it right in his head. Or I could do
look
some
at Mr.
numbers.
H. Mr. H did it. 8 times 2 equals 16 minus 1 is 15. Like,
That's like how many numbers is that though? What do you just do?
it's
8
just
plus
how
7
people's
equals 15?
brains work sometimes. I'm telling you, it's wild.
That explains a lot. I'll tell you that.
We're just weird, y'all. We're just weird.
Yeah,
See, 7
I mean,
plus 7 plus 1 is 15. It's just how people do it in their head to get to it.
it's just busy work
crazy.
though. It's 8 plus 7.
But it's just how it has to work in your head to get to that answer. Like, I don't know. It's so weird. I don't know how it's weird. Brains work crazy.
I know, because like on our times tables and stuff like that, when I was in elementary school, we had like you would go up to 10, right? And then the more advanced was like 11 and beyond, so we were doing like 10, 10 plus 9 equals, and so 8 plus 7 fell right along.
I used to hate nines. I hated nines until I learned the trick.
Now
I love nines.
You used to hate nines till 6 came along.
No, my friend, no sexy!
Not sexy enough. What?
Yeah.
That's just a little bit. There you go. Yeah, so anyway, but like doing like complex numbers, like for example, I still do a lot of math for this show. So I'll do like, for example, like the show at the beginning, the music stuff, right? I try to time it get it around 15 minutes. Sometimes it's a little over, sometimes it's a little under, but more or less it's 15. So I pick out the tracks I want to do and I look at the times, right? And I'm like, okay. And so I'm adding times together, right? And here's a little trick if you want to add times together and you're like, oh no, that's 60, that's going to fuck the whole thing up. So like if you got like it's 5:15 and 5:15 and you want to add 5:55 to it, right? So in regular math, it would look like 1070, right? It would be like 10 minutes and 70 seconds. But there's 60 seconds in a minute, so you take that 60 out of the 70 and it would be 11:10. And that's how you do it. That's how you add up time quickly to do that. So
there you go.
But sometimes you need little shortcuts to do that.
That's right.
Jimmy.
That's right. Hey.
Little tricks. But now people, people just have their phone and they have a calculator app on there and they just boop, boop, boop. They don't really need to do it. But, if you need to do math on the fly, when the coronal mass ejection hits and fries the satellites and we don't have electronics, and not even calculators, and we got to write shit by hand, you know, to figure out stuff. That's what's going to be fun, because the old people are like, ha ha, I know long division, do, 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 do. And some of these young people are like, what? I don't know how to add all these numbers up is without an iPad, you know, stuff like that. So I like to make fun of young people because they're young and they still have good joints, in more ways than one. Jimmy,
I know it.
Jimmy, I don't know really how to introduce this, because when I was looking for videos, this was recommended to me. It's by this nice lady named Lynette Sidnor, and it's just called wait a minute, hang on a second. It's just called Drunk Pig. Let's just watch it.
Okay.
So apparently this pig is
intoxicated pig.
This pig is drunk. They drank some alcohol.
That
Yeah, this pig is hammered.
right there. Look, this pig.
This pig. Oh, been there, done that, lady. Look at them tits.
Living his best life. Living her best life.
Never seen a damn pig. Yeah.
These
Down
guys.
there's fine. Down
See?
there's fine.
This one
here is turned belly up.
Watch this.
Hey, you.
Watch this. But the whoa, we go.
Come here, girl.
That pig is out.
Holy hell, fuck. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, wait a minute.
That pig's a fuck, man. I gotta work. Fuck all you people. I hate all you. No, I'm so chill. I love you. Somebody got my keys. Somebody. Hello. Oh, I got a shit. Oh, no, that was just a burp. It was just a burp. Okay. All right. I'll call you. Bye.
What's wrong with the piggy? Why is he all drunky like that?
Look, Jimmy, life's tough. And sometimes, you know, you just gotta do what you gotta do, you know, make yourself feel better, baby. You know what I'm talking about. Sometimes you gotta get well in some unsavory ways, if you know what I'm saying.
Right. The pig was like, where am I? How did I get here? For real.
Straight up, man. Them other pigs were like rooting around and eating and shit. That one was like, the sight exactly pieced up. It was the pig walk of shame, or the pig roll of shame in that respect. And then it got up. She got up and she was like,
Okay, they ate fermented fruit.
Exactly. That's probably
so
what happened.
funny.
Yeah. I've seen that before too. We used to have goats, and we had this black cherry tree in the backyard, and the little black cherries would fall down, and they'd start fermenting, and you'd smell it. You walk out there, it smelled like a brewery. You're like, fuck, man. And these goats would go around and go, yum, 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 yum. And you'd see some goats be walking around and go, all falling over and shit. Like, what the fuck's wrong with you guys? You look down, you're like, God, Jesus.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah. So yeah, I would say, I'd hate to think that somebody was just like giving that pig hooch just straight up, just like this little hoof around a flask going, with XXX on it, just going, or a jug, little pig in a jug. That'd be terrible.
No.
Oh no, yeah. See, Yipper found out. What's up, Yipper? They got depressed because the pigs found out the farmer had been feeding them pork.
Horrible. That's horrible.
Oh, the irony.
The irony.
The pigs. There's one pig that that looks like what's his name from the Ten Commandments, and he goes, Soylent Green is made out of pigs. Charlton Heston. Soylent Green is made out of pigs, and all the whole cast is just pigs, but they're still wearing the same like costumes like they did in the movie. Did you ever see that movie, Soylent Green?
Mm-mm.
Jimmy, you gotta watch those dystopian 60s and 70s sci-fi movies. That's just great, especially if you're nice and baked. Soylent Pig.
That's great.
So and Charlton Heston is like in half those. He's like in three of those Planet of the Apes movies. He's in this movie Omega Man, which was basically the same as I Am Legend. It's the same story. Let's see what else he was in. Soylent Green. Let's say some other stuff too. I can't remember, but yeah. So that the whole 70s dystopian sci-fi stuff is so good. Soylent Pink. Yes. Soylent. I want to try to put oink in there. Soinklent. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. Sorry. I shouldn't have brought that up. Jimmy, what are you eating? Why are you snacking?
Because I'm hungry. And I don't want to get hangry on you.
You've been hangry all night. You've been hating on me like I'm just like, why?
I need food in my belly.
Mean and vicious, and I'm such a sweetie pie.
I know, I'm like an evil little monster until I get some food in my belly.
No.
And I'm eating a hash brown.
A hash brown, Jimmy. That's a little too on the nose. It's like
very nice.
I'm out in the yard with my weed eater. I like to read J.R.R. Tolkien. Oh, you got Jack in the Box?
Breakfast at midnight.
I hate their burgers, but I love everything else they have there.
Their extreme sausage sandwich. It's like their breakfast burger. Oh my god.
They named that extreme sausage sandwich after me. No,
that's right.
No, they didn't.
This is dick crazy.
But yeah, the burgers are just trash. I hated the burgers. The meat was just kind of generic-ish. But like the other stuff they had, like the French fries, the shakes and stuff, and all that stuff, that was pretty good. I usually got I think their chicken sandwich wasn't that bad. I think that was pretty good. Yeah, Heston as Moses, that was another sci-fi movie. 10 Commandments. I be making fun of people's religion. I'm sorry. Maybe sorry. But yeah, that's funny. 10 Commandments was a was a sci-fi movie. If they ever play,
was it really?
No, it's in the Bible.
I figure because they made 10 Commandment movies and shit.
Yeah, but they always ran that shit on Easter Sunday, like at 6:00 Central Time, and it was like 4 hours long. I didn't watch that shit. And if you watch it, he's wearing like a wristwatch in it too. And Moses did not have a wristwatch back in them days, not them Bible days. They didn't have Bible.
I used to have to go to
watches.
church the night before Easter and had to watch that shit live action, like on the stage of the church. I hated it.
That's such propaganda. It really is.
I know.
And look, I'll just tell people out there, if your religion helps you makes you a better person, and you're not messing with anybody else, then God love you. That's fine. Rock on. That you're probably the people out there that should be like inspirations for other people who want to be like that. But
yep.
Other than that, I just don't really give a shit about religion. I think it's just a control mechanism. It's used as a control mechanism. I think maybe initially there may have been some good to it, but I don't even think that anymore. I think it's been a control mechanism from the get.
Well, now it's being used as a tool for genocide. So.
Yeah, I know, and it's like you have some really awkward conversations with Christians these days. Be talking about that, right? Like, hey, you know, like the ones I had with my sisters who are, you know, they're Baptists, you know, and I said, look, we can't have this conversation because if you're down for the, you know, the whacking these kids like that, then there ain't nothing we're going to talk about without me just yelling and just saying hateful things to you. So I'm not going to do it, you know?
Yep.
And that's the thing. It's like, cause you're not going to change these people. If they're devout, if these people are like faith, they're not going to change. I mean, some of them, if you can get them away from the cult, cause it is, I'm sorry. It's a cult. These religions are all cults. They're all cults. You know, and it's designed that way. You're supposed to believe. Oh, you don't have any proof? Well, you have faith.
Right.
You know, it's a great song by George Michael, but not a basis for stealing people's land and killing their children. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
That's right.
He was wearing a Fitbit. He wasn't wearing a wristwatch. That's funny. In the 10 Commandments. Yeah, it's funny. It's like, well, I'll give you free will, but I got 10 commandments. You got free will, but you got to do these 10 things or not do these 10 things.
Or I love you unconditionally, but here's some conditions.
I know, right? It's like there's only one God, but there's God, there's the Son of God, and there's the Holy Ghost, and apparently they're all the same, but they're not.
Right.
And then when you
I'm the only God. There's no other God. But let me put it in the 10 Commandments that thou now shalt not worship any other gods before me.
Right. And yeah, it's I don't know. I just find all of that just I never was really. See, that's the thing when you're little and you get indoctrinated in that stuff. You're just told all the fun stuff, how Jesus liked little kids and he was cool and he could like turn water into wine. You're like, ooh, that's cool. You know, that's grown up stuff. And, you know, and all that stuff. But you're not told, you know, that we don't really have any proof of this. This is all just, you know, some stuff some guys wrote in books. And, you know, it's all a power thing.
It
really
doesn't make any sense anyway either, too, because like if you think about it, if he's this almighty God and he wanted to create this world for us and stuff, you know, free will aside, because that doesn't even matter, then why even create sin? Like if you want us so badly to go to heaven, then why even create the thing that's going to stop us from getting there? So that means that you've put up trials and tribulations for us to just even get to somewhere that you so desperately wanted us to be in, that you put us here on earth to get to that area. Why? What's the point? That doesn't seem like a ever-loving, you know, unconditional love God of any kind whatsoever. It's so, there's so many loopholes that don't make any sense.
And Willie's right. They the Republican side of the Jesus freaks will say, you know, the socialist part, oh no, we can't have that. But Jesus wanted that. I thought you were down with Jesus. Don't you want to be like Jesus? Yeah, but if it costs money, can't do that.
That's not true, Grey Walker. We didn't create sin, because if we based it off of what the Bible says, God created us and everything on this earth, everything, no matter what it is. And actually, when we were first made in Adam and Eve, we were sinless. So we couldn't have created it, because if we created it, then it would have already had to have been there. That's created by the God who created everything. If he creates everything, then that means he created sin too. We can't, as humans, couldn't create something out of thin air without God saying, yep, I already, you know, I approve, or I created it, or else we would be gods ourselves. So he created sin. It's God who created it. We just have to live in it. We didn't create sin. If you're going off of the basis of the Bible, of course. I have lucid dreamed. Yes, I absolutely have.
I'm pretty sure, you know, everything in the Bible and stuff there's no basis for it. There's stories here and there that they put together, but there's no proof of any of that stuff. And like I said, if it's just something, if it's a personal thing for you, as like some sort of personal growth, you want to be a better person or whatever, that's fine. But when you start like legislating religion in some sort of theocratic way, or if you're trying to sneak it in like these Republicans do, saying this is a Christian nation, and that church and state, the separation of church and state, that's not what they meant. It's like, yes, motherfucker, that's what they meant. They meant the church separate from the motherfucking state. No church, but that's why the church ain't taxed. That's why they don't tax the church, because there's a separation of the church and the state. If there wasn't a separation of the church and state, then the churches would be taxed. That's how that works.
Because for 1,000 years or more, the churches were the state. They were the ones that were collecting taxes. And look at where it led us. So many horrible medieval Black Plague times.
This whole thing, this whole war in Israel, is all about religion. They'll say it's something else, but bottom line, it's all about religion. They're saying like that's the chosen people's land.
To the people itself, like to the people's beliefs, it is probably about religion in some sort of aspect. But from what a lot of things I've been listening to lately, to me, it seems like they're using religion as like a cover, as like a tool to be able to get done what they want to do.
Right.
Militarily, land-wise. I don't know if it's a conspiracy theory or not, but there is some videos that have been floating around recently about some kind of canal that is supposed to be built above Gaza. So that could totally take out Gaza. They have natural
resources there too. They have like oil reserves there too. So worth billions, I think, and minerals too.
Yeah. So they were saying even take away the minerals and the oil reserves that are there. They're saying that they can build a canal that'll be twice as wide as the one that Egypt owns. And the one that Egypt owns, they've nationalized it. So they make about $8 billion a year just on that canal, but only one can go one can only go through at a time either way. So they want to build this other canal. I'm not sure it could be a conspiracy theory, but there's, to me at least, a political, colonial, business idea that could possibly be used underneath while they're saying it's a religious thing, as a cover for the people.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing, because religion is built into society, right? It's socially acceptable. Right. I mean, that's how people are controlled in communities and stuff. It's like people probably, if you could get inside their heads and see what they're actually thinking, probably a lot of these people are not very religious, but they get along. They go along to get along, right? Because they don't want people to think that they're not, especially in these small towns like that. You and I both have lived in small towns, and we both know like how people get up in your business and stuff like that. And, it's a very, it's almost like
Nikki, that's exactly what I saw. That's the exact video I saw too. She put a really good link in the chat in Twitch. Yes, absolutely. Yep. I agree. That's the video I saw too. So yeah. Oh, that's so cool that you saw it. The whole Gaza, canal thing. So, and it's so crazy too, because if you look at I've been thinking about the Panama Canal too. Like that's exactly kind of what we did to the people for the Panama Canal as well. So, I mean, Banana Republic and everything like that. Like, come on now.
Well, it's just going to keep on going as long as capitalism keeps grinding this, planet into just a dusty rock. They're going to turn us into Mars. I wouldn't be surprised that like 1 billion or so years ago that maybe humans actually started off on Mars, did the exact same shit we're doing to Mars now, fucked it up, and said we got to move, and then they ended up going to Earth and fucking it up. That's one theory, but
If you guys want to watch a really good video, I would watch the second part of the Bassam Youssef interview with Piers Morgan. Good Lord, man, that guy is just incredible. There was something he said in there that really stuck out to me too, because everybody's always about like, do you condemn Hamas? We need to end Hamas no matter what, we have to kill everybody that's in Hamas, all of that. And he made a really good point that you can kill every single person that is in Hamas, but you can't kill Hamas because Hamas isn't people. It's an idea. It's an ideal. It's a belief system. And what Israel has been doing to these people for so many years. And then you watch these videos, you see, like I've said before, the little girl that said, you know, screw not the Israelis, whatever they're called. I forgot the term that they're using. But then also seeing this guy today standing on top of the rubble where all of his kids were underneath, and he was just sitting there screaming and crying and saying, I wish it was me that was taken. And it's like, that's what creates, quote unquote, Hamas. It's an ideal, it's a belief system of what these people have been put through, to the point where they say, I've tried to be nice, I've done everything I can, and now I don't. And it's like you're putting a dog in a cage and backing it up into a corner further and further and further. You know, eventually it's gonna bite. It's just like a snake. You don't keep a snake as a pet. Eventually it's gonna bite you. You know, things like that. It's just I would say to go watch that. It was really good to hear the somebody out there at least talking about the fact that Hamas is an ideal and not just the people itself, and you can't kill that.
Well, and that's the thing too, and it's like that the people that are feeding this situation over there are the ones who have been just propagandized their whole lives, right? I mean, think about like the Israelis. When you're born, you're straight up given the propaganda right away, and then you have to serve in the military or whatever. They're what, for like 2 years at least. Everybody has to, right? Men and women, right? And and they're just constantly hammering into their heads this whole time that these Palestinians are just subhuman, and they've over 75 years that just this has been put into these people's heads. And I'm not excusing any of the horrible things that some of the Israeli citizens have done. Some of the people have done some horrible, especially in the West Bank, where Hamas is not there. They don't have a presence there. They're in Gaza, but not in the West Bank. And the settlers there have been terrorizing the Palestinians there too. So we might be losing this channel tonight. Who knows? But fuck it. We're going to tell the truth. We got a few more channels. We don't give a fuck. But yeah, and that's the thing. It's like all this propaganda, it just perpetuates all this hate. And these poor people are just over here just like, and under the same 75 years, like you said, you get oppressed, you get killed, your children get killed. You get blown up all the time. They're controlling your food. They're controlling your electricity. They're shooting at you for fun. My God, who wouldn't go, become like an extremist out of that, right? You just get...
Did you see the video getting released of the Israel IDF soldier pulling a person by a rope on the ground with the truck? Yeah.
Yeah, dragging them.
Yep.
On a dirt road. These are the people that
Hamas are terrorists.
Yeah, and these are the people we're giving billions of dollars to, right?
Yeah, this is the people that we are fully supporting and have the right to defend themselves.
It wasn't bad enough, Jimmy, that we were funding Nazis. I mean, that was just heinous. But it wasn't heinous enough, Jimmy. We have to fund people who murder children. That's what we have to do as a country. That's where we are. We're number one in only two categories: prison population and military budget. Everything else, we suck. Sorry, not number one. We're just bullies, and yes, we are the baddies. 2 minutes, folks, until we time travel, Jimmy.
You time travel.
You time travel too. Everybody time travel except Arizona. Arizona doesn't time travel. They don't do it.
I don't time travel yet. It's only going to be 11 o'clock for me.
Yeah, but you'll time travel back to 10 o'clock.
Are you sure?
Eventually.
Eventually.
No,
I think it changes at 1 like yours does.
Let's see. So it's going to change at 2 here. I think it's going to change at 2.
Or changes at 2, yeah. Because then it goes back to 1.
It's going to revert back to 1, and then we're going to have to stay on here another hour.
Yeah. So it's so funny how it works instead at 1 or at 2 to go back to 1 instead of at midnight at 1 to go back to midnight. It makes you think like, was Y2K really 2000 or was Y2K 2001?
Well, yeah, they said that it actually the 21st century didn't start till 2001.
That's the conspiracy. Makes sense with the way that the time changes on the clocks.
We have 30 seconds coming up. Mark 30 seconds until we time travel. I hope you have your 1.62 gigawatts of electricity, Jimmy. I have my DeLorean. Arizona says, who gives a fuck? Here we go.
I got my gas powered generator. Woo!
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my God!
My nigga know how to fucking slay dick, and that's
Good? Is that fun? You want to do it again?
You know, Jimmy, this is for people with taste, so you don't have to listen. In Star Trek 4, The Voyage Home, they slingshot around the sun to time travel. And since you don't like Star Trek, that's why you don't have taste. And that was the whole groovy, trippy shit that they were going to do. Speaking of Star Trek, and Jimmy, you're going to love this. Even though you're not a Star Trek fan, you're going to love this. There's this thing where I decided we're going to do this one weekend, and we're going to have to do it on Rockfin and Rumble. We can't do it on here because of copyright. Or maybe we could. I don't know. But it's called Star Trek Acid Trip. And, yeah, we're going to watch that. It's like 45 minutes. And we're just going to do just a little mini stream where we just watch that and comment on it. Jimmy, I think you'll like it. It's got some trippy good stuff in it.
Okay.
I can't believe it.
I'm down.
I got to do another 1 o'clock. We just did this.
and that's why I'm crazy as fuck.
Time travel makes you crazy, Jimmy. No, we don't have to do it.
Do you feel like you just lost an hour for nothing?
No, we gained an hour, Jimmy. Why you keep saying we lose hours? We don't do that.
Because it feels like you lose the hour.
No, it comes back.
It goes back. I know.
No, you're getting it back.
I'm mess. I'm a mess. Leave me alone.
Fucking stoners, man. I swear to God. It's just people. Yeah, you spring. That's why everybody hates it in the spring, because you lose an hour of sleep. Because you're springing forward. And you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
And then you fall back.
But technically you lost your hour because now you got to do the hour all over again.
No, you get that. You're getting a bonus hour. That's how that works. A Dingo Ate Me Baby is on.
But what if you were working? What if you were at work?
It doesn't matter. You could be in a cryogenic freeze. You'd still get the hour back. Look, it's 1 o'clock again. That means you're getting a bonus 1 o'clock. You're getting an additional 1 o'clock.
Do you get paid for that extra hour that you lose when you're at work?
I want to say I've worked an overnight once in my life where daylight savings time occurred, and I don't know how that worked out. That's a good question, though.
You get paid another hour if you keep working. Okay, Mr. H, thank you. I never thought about that.
You get paid another hour if you keep working. Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, it's
So it's not an hour lost then. Definitely an hour gained for sure. Just sucks you still have to work an extra hour though.
Yeah, I think that's what sucks. But if you're asleep, you get to sleep an extra hour. But if you're working, you get to work an extra hour. That is a nice little fuck you to whoever works overnights. So
yeah. Shout out to the early morning shift.
I know, right? I've done that before. I was talking to somebody today about that, and they said, "Man, that's got to be crazy to do. Like, you go in, it's dark. You come out, it's probably still dark, and then you go home and you're sleeping. It's in the dark. So when do you ever see the sun?" I said, "Well, on your days off, I guess." But that working overnight on the regular, talk about screwing up your sleep schedule. Holy shit!
Yeah,
That
I did
is
an EM
just-
shift at a Michael's warehouse for 2 months. I couldn't do it.
Yeah. I like I said, I've done some security jobs just briefly overnight to fill in for like a week. It took me forever. I could never get to sleep right. I was always sleepy at work. Couldn't do it. I don't know how Willie does it. Willie's like a third shifter. He does that overnight.
He is an
stuff,
EMer,
so.
yeah, for sure.
But I think Willie's been doing it for a long time, so he's probably finally got used to it. I don't even know if you get used to it. I don't think you do. I think you deal with it, but you don't really like get used to it. So, graveyard gamer can suck, but it depends on the job, right? Like when I was working security at this corporate building, all we had to do overnight, we did 2 building patrols, right? It didn't matter. It usually had 2 officers in there, right? You had two guys at the desk, watching the cameras. All the entrances were locked unless you had a key card that you could get in. And so you would do building patrols, right? Like in the building I worked in, it was like 47 stories, I think. So it usually take you like a couple of hours, 3 hours to do a full building patrol, right? And it was great because you're by yourself. There's nobody else there. But at the same time, you're by yourself. There's nobody else there.
Yep.
And there was this particular floor, I think it was like the 37th floor. It was one of the executive floors, right? And it was so weird. It was like it was usually you had like the motion lights, the motion when you walk in a room and then the lights come on. But this floor at night would not light up except for this exit light that was near one of the emergency exits, and it glowed red. So all you saw, like as you came around this corner, you saw like this faint glow of red, and as you got closer, it got redder and redder, and then you turn and then you see the exit sign up there. But that's the only thing that you see. That's the only light. And you'd hear like weird noises that were like, and you go check it out and nothing was there. I think somebody died on that floor. I think there was a ghost up there. So in the middle of the night, and you're just going floor to floor and nobody else is in there. It's real creepy, but it's cool at the same time. You'd be like, no, fuck that. I don't want to do that shit. Because it's all dark. Most of it's dark. Some of it, the lights are on, and you're like, oh, okay, you can look around. And you're just looking for, like, broken shit and stuff like that, so you can write it down. You can tell people, right? Because that was part of the gig. But, yeah, that was some crazy shit. So you wouldn't do that? You couldn't do, like, an overnight thing where you had to, like, be in a building by yourself?
Possibly. I probably could. I'm not
Big
too scared of
building,
things.
Jimmy. Big building.
Yeah, I'm not too scared of stuff like that.
I don't know. I wasn't either. But I knew somebody else was in the building with me because I knew I had another. And we had radios too. So if anything was going south, just get on the radio like, hey, dude, something's going on up here. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
I could probably do it.
I mean, if you can do it, it's great. It's actually not a bad gig at all. You come in. Every once in a while you'd have contractors come in to do work, and like you have plumbers come in or people fixing the escalators, whatever. And I'll tell you this, those people who said, oh, they couldn't sneak in to those buildings in 9/11 and place explosives and stuff, yes they could, because the security that they use at these buildings, these guys are not trained at Quantico. Okay. These are not, these are guys that were probably working at Macy's picking up shoplifters, you know. So these get like a lot of times when you're doing an escort for like that's what you do. You anytime these contractors come into sensitive areas, like anywhere that security needed to be with them, right? So you'd chaperone them. But you wouldn't stand there and watch them the whole time. You know, they'd be doing their shit and you're bored and you're on your phone or you're doing something else. You're not watching them. You don't know what the fuck they could be doing. You know? These guys aren't trained to see that shit, and that totally could have happened when I left. That's just my professional opinion as someone who used to be a corporate security officer. So take that for what you will. And I probably rambled on way too much with that, Jimmy. I'm so sorry. How are you doing?
That's okay. You're talking about being a security guard. It's fun.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is. I mean, if you can do it, I mean, the overnights, and sometimes the pay's not bad. Like I said, it really depends. If you're in some shithole construction site or something where it's like cold as fuck or something, you don't want that. You want if you're gonna do security, do corporate security, because that's where the money is, and that's where I'm not gonna get fucked over and freeze to death situations are. So, Mastermind said, "I have way too much pot. Somebody pity me." Hey, Pacheco Rome's here. What's going on? That's one of our producers. Empty theaters late at night give me a chill. Yes. There's this lady, her name is Sarah Graham, I believe is her name. And she's into like tarot and stuff like that. But she does like this once a month like spooky stories thing at this little bar in Industry City. And it's an outdoor thing. So they have an outdoor thing with like a fire pit and everybody can go up and tell like little ghost stories and stuff like that. It's called Ghost Stories Around the Fire. And anyway, I want to get her. I'd like to get her on a Mundus Ultra and talk about like tarot and, like the history and stuff like that. Do you know anything about tarot? Yeah, maybe you could be on there with us and we can all talk about it. What? You don't want to talk about it?
Oh, no, I don't want to be invited if I'm not invited. No, let her talk about it. I don't need to jump in on that stuff. You're good.
Well, do you know enough about it to like talk about it? Well, then
yeah, I just don't like to interrupt other people's because everybody has their own belief system with that stuff. So.
Well, that's cool. I mean, you could probably ask her questions that I wouldn't know to ask her, so.
Touché.
Because I don't know anything about tarot. I know the only thing I know about tarot is that they used it in Live and Let Die. They did tarot cards. And I've seen people do tarot readings. They did a tarot reading with me, I think, one time, some chick in Santa Monica. And she said I had like a dark aura or something. I think she just wanted me to go, oh, I got to investigate this. Let me come back. And it was like, I'm going to do it. I say, yeah, I'm good with the dark aura. I'm fine.
That's right.
But your dark aura. Yeah, my dark aura. Me and my dark aura say we'll see you later.
That's right.
All right. Everybody's, I think everybody's starting to go to sleep. I believe so.
Me too.
We're starting to trail off a little bit. Me too. Even though I did have some coffee. I could use a good night bowl, but I don't want to do that on air. I'll wait till afterwards. Wink, 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 wink. You know it. You know what I'm talking about, kitten. Smokity, smokity. Okay, so this week, what is this week? This is November 5th. Remember the 5th of November. So probably another weird Wednesday. Tuesday night for most of you. Wednesday night for the rest of us. And then
exactly, Grey Walker.
You know what? I did a stream the other day. I started playing City Skylines 2 Electric Boogaloo. Aha. But it's supposed to have more bells and whistles and stuff in it. So anyway, I did a stream the other day, a couple hours. It was pretty fun. I might do another stream continuing our little city that we started and testing out what new stuff there is to run into in that game and stuff. So probably do that at some point. Other than that, I might get invited on some rando show or something. I don't know, but if I do, I'll let everybody know. Jimmy, what about you? What's your plans for the future?
I got mine and Willie's show next Friday and my Twitch channel. I'll probably just be streaming my gaming all week like I have been all week.
Excellent. This sounds good. I like this time of year because I don't sound like I'm in a wind tunnel because I don't have the fans on, right? It's nice chilly weather. So I got the window open here. Jimmy, I was hoping somebody rude would walk by so I could yell at him for you. But
I know, it's all right. It's too
and
cold.
You can't just just randomly scream out the window because then people think you're a nut job. But if you're yelling at somebody with purpose, you get respect in the neighborhood. So
that's right. I'm writing this down. Snow
him.
Himbo Dark Envoy.
Dark Envoy. Shit's dope. All right. Yeah, so
that looks fun. It's a video game.
It is.
It's a video game. Looks like a video game.
Why are you whispering?
It looks like a video game, whatever Dark Envoy is.
Is your leopard print controlling your vocal cords and making you talk softly? Okay. Yes. That's very nice. I should rock the cat print, but I don't know.
Should go for zebra print.
Zebra stripes, like horizontal.
Mm-hmm.
I'd look like a referee, wouldn't I? No, that'd have to be vertical.
Mm-hmm.
Horizontal. Oh, yeah, that's right. Next Sunday, Miguel 5000 Quantum Computer has produced this information. Next Saturday is 11/11.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank heaven, 11/11. That's something are you into numerology too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like the 11/11. I always make a wish. Is that one of those things?
Mine is 333.
Is that one of those things? If you tell the people your wish, then it won't come true. Because I haven't told anybody, and it still hasn't come true. So
yeah,
I'm just scared. So don't tell anybody.
Just keep not saying it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, on that note, we're gonna get out of here because I'm about to pass out. That's true. Hamas never did a controlled demolition on the Twin Towers.
Sorry.
That is true. Wait a minute. Peace Dove wants to know, do you have a leopard skin pillbox hat?
No.
Oh, bonus with the black veil in front of it. The lace veil, you know what I'm talking about? Jimmy's got it because this is playing. Of course, when this is playing, she's fancy.
Yeah, that's all along the top shelf of my giant walk-in closet. As I'm sitting out here under a tarp and a couch on my patio.
Yeah, but it doesn't look like it. You look like you're in some sort of fancy little enclave somewhere, like you're in a grotto, like your own personal grotto.
That's right.
What was that?
Lady, she wants to come out so bad.
But she's what's that sound?
It's Lady, her bark from inside the house. It was some kind of screechy bark.
That's not a bark. That was like a bellow from hell.
So
you know what it was?
That
was Donald Sutherland at the end of Invasion of the Body Snatchers. And there's Nancy Cartwright going.
Cutest thing.
He's going.
You okay there?
I went too far.
I figured you did. Nope. Professor Lupin? No. I know you want to come up because the other kitty, but no. I just wanted to show him off really quick because he's my new friend.
I'm just going to say one thing. That pussy wild.
He is wild. He's got the biggest balls ever. I was like, let me see what you are. And I looked back there. I was like, whoa, those are balls.
That's a hairy pussy, too. How come you ain't got him shaved?
This is the one that looks like a Siamese cat that I've been talking about.
That's a little Hitler cat. Look at that mustache.
That's not.
That Big H?
He's a sweetheart.
You call that cat Big H? How old is that cat? 9! Yo cat be the third right.
So wrong.
You done got Hitler cat. Hitler cat. Do Hitler cat. I don't know. Do Hitler is my cat.
Leave him
That's right, Miguel. It has 9 lies. Hogan. That's a reference. That's only old people get that reference. Hogan. I shall send you to the cooler.
Did you say hi, Professor?
Adolf Hitler. What? No. Adolf Hitler.
Hey, dude.
That is a big cat.
He is humongous. Yeah, he's a big boy.
And that feline is like pretty large too.
My man, no sexy!
Anywho, when you start talking about Pussy and Hitler, you know that show's gone on way too fucking long. So,
That's right.
We're going to get the fuck out of here. Wash your ass and all that good stuff. Jimmy, what do you got?
Say hi and invite all the kitties to your home.
Except for the Hitler cat. Don't invite the Hitler cat. There are going to be some weird conversations about that guy. Anywho, free Palestine. I know nothing. Nothing. Stay for the end.
Shut up, bitch!
Mr. Worf. Fire.
Groovy.